Radio Free America. This is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
I should have let that go.
Things. At.
It's a left hip.
Buy things. At. Here. Websites.com.
All right, so that's subtle. And then we'll be playing this video, I guess, because nobody's here tonight. So we'll see what happens. We'll play this video that will be in lieu of me running two cameras, I guess.
The website store. Got the patch panel here, and in this video we're going to go through the 6 panels here that we use for the Free Patch Friday when it's the You Pick Your Free Patch. A couple other things going on today. We're trying to encourage sales, getting ready for 2020, growing the projects, doing the badge giveaway. So any order over $25 is going to, you can pick a badge out of our collection, some of the extras from the collection. It's also double Free Patch Friday, so I'm going to give out a Wolverine patch to everybody who purchases something today. In addition, you'll pick your free patch. So during the Daily Gun Show today, you'll pick a free patch from the panel here. We'll go through in a moment. Got some stuff going out, the orders from yesterday. We want to include people, so those orders are already packaged up, but they all got one of the Wolverine patches. Our way to say thanks for supporting our projects, and those are actually orders from Amazon and eBay that might not have known about our Free Patch Friday. So those came in yesterday, and we're including them in on the deal. So we're going to go through the patch panel here, and as the patch panel gets items taken from it, new items added, it changes a bit. Go kind of slowly here. Of course, you can pause the video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. But you can see there's lots of patches here. These first couple of pages are just kind of general patches we find or that we get in trade. This particular panel are places that we visited on the Gun Show Loophole Tour, some of the bands and some of our tour patches. This panel is our friends from Gun Channels and other people that we've met along the way. This is another kind of random patch panel. Bunch of different patches that we've collected on the journeys, and then this one's kind of more firearms oriented. You'll be able to pick your free patch and to make it a little fun for anybody that's watched this far into the video. We've got a couple of other things we'll do. Keep in mind, every order over $25 is getting pick up one of our extras from the badge collection, badge holder collection, and the Wolverine patch. But in addition, I'm going to hide this 22 long rifle round somewhere, just like this. I'll just find a random patch. I'll put the 22 long rifle behind there. And let's say somebody's picking and they pick this one. That will indicate, I can't send you the bullet because of the laws, but I can send you this charger that looks just like a shotgun shell. This is from Durango Guns in Illinois. And along with it, the 50 cal bottle opener from, let's forget this one, RSM Firearms, also in Illinois, 2 of the gun shops that we visited on the Gun Show Loophole Tour. So I'll hide this 22 long rifle round somewhere on the panel, and if someone discovers it during the course of random patch claiming, then they'll get that as well. But there's more. I've got these little danglers. These are zipper pulls. You wrap this through your zipper, and they're just the patch stuff on both sides from IWI that make Uzis and the Tavor. So we're going to hide this also. Let's just pick a random patch. Now, of course, I'll move them. But let's say that was hidden underneath there, and you pick that patch. Boom. This is, you're going to get this little zipper pull, but you'll also get another patch. So that's sort of like play again. So I've got a couple of those. I had a big handful of these. I hit a bunch of them out on the panel. And then another option is this little refrigerator magnet. We have a bunch of these small cards made up from the Firearms Inventors playing card deck. And we plastic sized or whatever you want to call it, put some magnet on them. Again, we'll find a couple of patches that we can hide it behind. Uh-oh, there's already something behind that one. I'll have to hide that. But you get the point. We'll hide it behind a patch someplace. If someone picks it, they're getting a free deck of our Firearms Inventors cards. So we want to say thanks to the people that do purchase items at our store. It's the way that we keep our projects online, hopefully growing into 2020. Lots of stuff to still do out there, and give us the time and the resources to do it. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, again, let us know in the comments. If you have any questions about the patches, a couple of them have already been claimed, but there's still plenty, and we'll do them in some order tonight on the Daily Gun Show, midnight Eastern, and you can check us out on web channels. Thanks for watching.
So I'm not going to be able to do the patch panel on my phone because that takes forever and I'm sitting here by myself. So we'll use this here, and I'll use this thing here, and then I can check on the stuff on this other screen that you can't see. So it should facilitate it pretty decent here, even though I'm all by myself. So thanks for joining us. That was a recap of what we've been doing today over at the Gear website store in order to raise some funds towards the end of 2020 here in the purchasing season for capitalists and people that purchase for the gift giving season for the holidays. And I want to say thanks to everybody who purchased stuff today. Let's do a refresh over there. I think it was 15 orders that came in today, 15 orders, I think. So that's a lot. If they average about $20, it's a couple $100. And that is what keeps the wheels turning. Just clicking on them here to make sure. And thanks for that. So one of the things we're doing today is the double free patch Friday. So everybody's going to grab, I guess I don't have it on this picture. Everybody's going to grab one of the Wolverines patches. So that's the Wolverine, holding the Wolverine, or doing the Wolverine pose, I guess. And then this is a bunch of free patches, and you'll be able to pick your patches. Now, some people have picked them already. I don't see any replies to here, or here. So the replies came in here. We've got J. Monty. This one, oh, thank you very much. That makes it 16. So that bell is an indication off the phone that that someone purchased something over at the store. There's a little bit of a delay, but whoever, if someone's out there that just purchased something, you can tell us what kind of delay there actually is on that end. But I have some idea of the people that have already replied over on the YouTube side what they wanted, so they've got their requests in, and then whoever might be watching now can get their requests in. So it's just another way that we say thanks by doing the free patch Friday, but then like this, and that was Grim 90, thanks. And thanks again. I do have something for Grim also, one of those gizzard patches that is actually sitting on the embroidery machine right now. And I gave yours away, sewed another one, and it's just a matter of having time to go in there and finish the process. That takes a little longer with the irons and stuff. So whenever I get in there and sew again before I ship stuff out, we'll ship that out. And that was what, a free one from Gary's show last week, I think. So thanks for your patience on that one. But yeah, that makes, what did I just say, 15 now? So is that 16? I'll have to go through and click on each of these again. So in addition to the Wolverine patch and picking your free patch, there's also, for everybody that purchased something over $25, you're going to grab a badge out of the extras from the collection while supplies last. So I think there might be more purchases than there are badges. So we'll see. I'm just going to do those in the order people purchased them. And so far, nobody's claimed any badges that I'm aware of. Somebody did mention that the multicam one was cool, but I don't think they purchased anything. So we're going to go say thanks to everybody who's joining us live. And there are links out there. I won't open up email here in front of everybody, but nobody's emailed me back that I sent the wrong links. I'll just double check. You know, I sent the right links. So I guess I'm being corked or something, but maybe somebody will jump in and help out. Otherwise, 30 seconds. Thank you. So that's cool. Appreciate that. And thanks again for the purchase. Bought a bunch of Every Second Matters patches. So that was Grim from Illinois. Here's the thing. Every Second Matters patches are purchased back in the day when Marco and Pink wanted to have some of those exist. I was running out of the initial batch, I think. And this was years ago now. And those guys together bought enough that the price went down. So when you buy just 100 patches, it costs some amount of money. Usually it comes out to about $3 a patch. And then by the time you buy hundreds and hundreds of them, the price goes down, let's say to $1 a patch. You still end up spending quite a bit of money, but the price per patch goes down. Now there's some shipping and stuff, so there's other costs, but the main thing is those guys brought the price down to where I could afford to go in and buy some patches. So I did, and kind of speculate just so that Every Second Matters would have patches out there. And those guys gave away all their patches, so that was cool. They got the word out and they gave away these hundreds of dollars worth of patches that they bought. And then that allowed me to buy a couple $100 worth of patches. And I gave those to a place called Beacon Group. And that's what I'm talking about right now. So Beacon Group is a place here in Tucson that facilitates. One of the services they offer is product facilitation, I think is what they call it. So the product is the Every Second Matters patches. You get the patch or patches because Grim just bought a set of all 4. I don't know how many of those we have left. I'll have to double check with the inventory over there. But you get a product, and in this case, it's packaged fairly simply with a printout that they just print, and then they put it in an envelope and ship it for me. So they package them. I give them the patches and some business cards and stuff and some envelopes that they assemble. They charge me, I think, 30 cents for that, and then some amount of money to put the assembled patches there into envelopes and send them for me. And they hire with regular jobs, not just like giveaway jobs, but real jobs, differently abled people. So they're given jobs that are to people that wouldn't normally get jobs that easily. And it's, from what I'm told, an interesting one. They do a lot of assembly work and stuff. So this is something that's a little different for them. And I appreciate it. So none of the money from Every Second Matters patches really goes anywhere. It all goes into service fees, but it's going into the best possible service fees, in my opinion. So it's kind of a wash. The patches cost something to get made. Any amount of money that gets made on them really just goes right back into it. But that's sort of the point of Every Second Matters. So I don't get to talk about that too often, but since Grim just bought a bunch of them right here live, I figured I'd chat about that for a second. Thanks. So with that, I got now, well, I just flipped over, so now I have to go check again. I should probably not fiddle with this again, and I'll open in a new window so that I can remember if it's 15 or 16. But it's also the order in which we'll start digging in. But anyway, addition to the free patch, Wolverine patch, and the Pick Your patch, it's also the badges, so we'll go through those badges too. So I guess we'll go this way. I'll open these things up. So Sandhills, I don't know if Sandhills is out there and if Ozzy is out there. You guys are on deck. Let's see who this is. Some of these people, you would think by now I'd know who some of these people are by their emails, but not everybody. So the person in Virginia who grabbed the hats, I don't know if you're out there or not. You're the first one up. Then would come Sandhills, who I don't know if he's out there right now. Then we got Ozzy, and then who is this? This would be the Glocktober Magnet from Florida. So whoever got the Glocktober Magnet from Florida during Ghosts, Nope, the one right before Ghost Show, I think, because this would have been Ghost Show. There's Gary. Thanks for jumping in.
You bet.
Oh no, this is the person who I know who this person, what they want. They grabbed the Yankee Kool-Aid patch. So then let's go see if we've got KW. Let me put it that way. KW from VA. If that person's out there, then they get first ups. Otherwise, we're looking at Sandhills. I don't think Sandhills is out there, but I think I know what he wants. And then we got Ozzy. Is Ozzy out there right now? After Ozzy, then will come the magnet from Florida. So if whoever got the magnet from Florida wants to grab whatever they want. And after that comes two people who I think I know who they want. And then comes Artisan Tony. I didn't see him out there. Oh no, I know what that person wants. So then Artisan Tony, didn't see him out there. Then comes Budget. Is Budget corking me right now? That dude is corking me, and he's not even picking his patch then. But he purchased something off of me, so can't get that mad, I guess. I should have asked. I should go on his chat and ask him what he wants while he's corking me.
That's a good idea.
Then we got this one. I know who this one. Then we got Tim. So I think I seen Tim out there. You're up. So because since none of these people are saying anything, you're up. And then comes this person who I don't know who they go by. Oh, that would be Buck. I don't know if Buck is out there. Oh, thank you. Another person jumped in. You'll basically, if you just jumped in, you'll be up pretty darn quick because we're pretty much to the top of the list already. So there's Buck, and then who's this? This is Speed, who I believe I seen out there. So Speed is pretty much up. You could pretty much pick whatever you wanted. Then who is this? I think this is someone who said they know what they wanted. Boy, this is awesome having these monitors. This is someone here in Tucson. I don't know if that person's on the thing. Oh, I wonder if this is someone who I know this is. Interesting. And then what's this? And then Gary, and then Grim. Oh, and then I have to refresh because I suspect there'll be another one. Someone just came in, right? So this would be Chris. I think Chris is out there also. Wait, we've got a lot of dead air. So then Ghost just jumped in. So Ghost, got to grab one too if you want. Oh, and then Rich. So Chris wants the lever action. That's easy. Thank you. Oh, I can't copy from here. I have to go over here and copy. Oh shit. Am I showing anything important? No. Okay, good. Any plans for another patch batch? Heck yeah, I'd love to do a patch batch. Problem is when to do it. I didn't want to do it right at Christmas time because everybody's got enough stuff going on. I probably should have done it. Well, I would have ideally done it after the last one because that would have been done before gun rights policy, but that wasn't going to happen. I don't think I made money. I still haven't really gone in and figured out like if it was a wash, if I lost money, if I made money. I don't think I made money. I'm pretty sure I didn't make money. But since I wasn't sure, I wasn't in a position to just do another one. And honestly, we didn't get that much participation. We got some from some of the people, but very little from some of the people. And I'm not going to just do it again. The whole point was to get people to work together. So there's a little bit of time needed to figure out who's going to work together. So then ideally we would have had it done before SHOT Show, I guess, but we can certainly set one up before gun rights policy next year, or maybe some other event next year, but maybe earlier in the year than gun rights policy. But yep, definitely would like to do one. If you're talking about the 2A patch, sorry, I just assumed. For me, I'd like to do, definitely, I had it all figured out, and then the 2A rally and the other things just all came up. So I've got it all planned out. I'm going to try to figure out a way to do it. I don't know, maybe some way like Angelina's doing it with the thing of the month, but I'm not sure. So is Gary in here?
Yep, I'm here.
Thanks for jumping in. Got somebody else try up something here. That was Chris again. Where's Chris Bryan? So I guess that works. Okay, sure, Tim. If you want something else besides the Wolverine one, let me know. That's not a problem. So Chris was saying he would like the lever action one. So I don't want to leave it on you. You just had a whole show or whatever, but I'm just going through here now and trying to basically just add to the notes in the order what people are requesting there. So I'm going to go with Chris's first order that you did during Gary's show. Now I'll go through also and look at when these things were ordered, and one of them was ordered during the Ghost and Clover show, the Clost show that happened earlier. And I told that person that I would send out a Ghost Tactical one, and then the ones that came through while I was live, because I didn't get invited to a Ghost Clover show. Nobody gets invited to a Ghost Clover show. The ones that I was invited to, they would get the Daily Gun Show button. So I still got quite a few of those. I think I ordered 100 of those for some reason. Because Angelina joined the Daily Gun Show. I was like, oh, I'm going all out. I'm buying 100 buttons. And then, of course, she's like, demands 3 times the rate. She wanted 100% of the button revenue. 100%. She didn't even invest in the buttons. She wants 100% of the button revenue. No liability. No matter how many times somebody got jabbed with a button, that's all on me. I got to pay all the medical. Of course, with their Velcro patches, nobody ever gets hurt. As soon as it's a button or whatever, can't imagine. People poking themselves in the eye. I don't know what you people do. Every time I send out a button, it seems like there's another attorney. So anyway, Tim is saying he's got a Wolverine patch, so you can give it to somebody else. So if anybody else wants to claim that, who's already got something in here, let me know. I'm not sending out $3 worth of shipping willy-nilly. The orange and black gear website patch. Orange and black. Oh, okay, I got you. One of those long strip ones. I will put that on that one. So that was made on, I don't know if you saw where I mentioned that, I think on a live show, but that's some orange strap, some orange webbing that I got at Hans surplus store, which hopefully Gary will check out with Snob and the others. Literally the best surplus, one of the best surplus stores, if not the best surplus store in the country that I've experienced. True surplus store. It's huge, super cool, and I went up there this last time for the Red October thing, and of course I always check out the shop. I was looking around, and I had just done the webbing patches for the 2A rally. I was literally on that tour, and so I had, my eyes were tuned to orange webbing. And I was digging around the store, and he ended up, I asked him if I could show him my patches, and he said, sure. So he ended up buying some patches to sell at the store, which is super cool. And then I asked him about that webbing, and he let me have that webbing. So that webbing is from Hans. And of course, I just cut a piece of it and stuck it in the machine and wrote on what gun, which one did you want? The Gun Channels one or the Gear Websites one. And then, so yeah, 100% made in USA or at least Arizona and Nevada. So Speed is saying the flag looking M with the bullets coming out of it. So that flag looking M, if we go over here, is this one here. That's from a place called the Machine Gun Nest. It's in Maryland. And it's cool because it's a gun shop that went on to not Patreon, they went on to Kickstarter, I think, and did a crowdfunding project to turn their gun shop into a shooting range. And they're a shooting range now, and it was crowdfunded. So it was one of the first crowdfunding things, period, plus a crowdfunding thing that turned a gun shop into a shooting range. It's super cool. So I think groundbreaking in a couple of different ways. Plus they put up with Marco. That's super cool. It means they're super tolerant. And they're super cool because Marco's crazy. And they're pretty cool. They've got an interesting Instagram, and they have fun. And they have like a section of their store that's all video games and stuff. And they have a whole series of patches. They do limited runs. So this isn't the limited run because I didn't unwrap that one, I don't think. But I thought this was one of the best. I don't like stuff with flags in it, but not with the bullets and everything. This is one of the more detailed, interesting patches. So you can tell they understand patches. They're into them. So let me go see if there was anything behind it. No, I knew I stuck something behind it for the video, but I pulled it out of there. So who was that again? That was Speed. So this is what it's like when you cooked a chicken too long or you boiled it too long, and you just get silent chicken. It's a Speed, so which one? Did Ozzy ever say what he wanted?
I haven't seen Ozzy.
Ghost never said what he wanted. There's Speed. Okay, so then put this in here. Got it. Oh, shouldn't have closed that. So let me go back to here. Doing a lot of this off air, but that is, or off the screen here, but that is because it's got everybody's names, addresses, and stuff. So if you want to see that. Well, at least a couple of criminals do, but nobody else wants to see all that. So if I click on that, I was going to say Speed got the, what do you call the one from Machine Gun Nest and the Wolverine one coming, but normally I say over $25 you get another patch anyway, so I don't have a problem with that at all. If you want another one, feel free. You're definitely in the running for a badge holder as well. Let's see, I'm going to try to go through kind of, look at this, I'm not even on live chat. I'll go back to live and see if I can't figure out anybody else might have. Oh, let me go check over here if anybody of the other like 40 people I invited are jumping in to join. Nope, just Gary. Thanks, Gary.
Yep.
So I'm going to go back over here and see if anybody else has claimed any patches. Let's see. I have the Wolverine also. So Two Gun Kitty is saying, can I get the X-Men Wolverine one? Very few of those, so I got to pull that one off of the board. So that is. See, the problem is the one page shows me their first names and last names, which is basically pointless because who the hell knows anybody's first names, right? And then I go to the second page, and that's where I get emails and addresses, and that's where some people I know who they are, where they live, and some people from their email, because their email says like Gary Gizzard or something, right? So now I have to figure out how the hell to figure out. And plus, I'm trying not to do this so that anything shows up on this screen. No. I'm going to try to figure out how to do that one. No one from Florida ever said anything, though. So I'll try to remember that one. Let's see, that join or die patch with what I think is an AR-15 coming apart is a sweet patch. I want that one too. So which one are we talking about there, do you think? AR-15.
Oh, I see it.
Where?
It's on page 4. At least on the Instagram, it's page 4. It's right above the free 99.
Oh, okay, Angelina's. That's like the join or die flag. Okay.
I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's one of those ones like what Gary was saying. I would have just as been happy to have kept that one forever, but I figured it was going to go at some point. Now, who was that? That was Chris.
Trying to remember if I have one of those or not. I don't think I ever got one.
I don't get everything she makes because she only barely ever sends me stuff. So some of them I do, and I usually only put stuff I got doubles out, but not always. Some of the stuff I don't. You know,
I've got the join or die with the snake on it, but I don't have the one with the AK on it. Or AR, excuse me.
All right, so then going backwards on this one. Yeah, I got that one, but then you were also saying the X-Men Wolverine. So let me see this one. For some reason, it's almost like they didn't make this what they call like software I'm using for the store. Like they didn't make that to like facilitate live conversations. It's almost like that. All right, so then I'm going up the list here. Join or die. Looked into that Red Dawn Swayze at Copper Star. $123 per person for 20 rounds. What do you think? $123 to shoot 20 rounds out of the gun from Red Dawn. I could see that being expensive. I'm super cheap. So compared to other rentals, that's not obscene. It's not like other rental is going to be $60 and you can shoot it all day or anything. Now, is that period, or is they like $40 for the ammo on top of it? But that is interesting. I got to shoot it for nothing, so I don't even have any idea how much it costs. But I know that when I went to Scottsdale Gun Club, certainly didn't get to shoot for nothing there. And it was something like $160 by the time I shot one mag out of a Scar Heavy. And I felt like the biggest chump in the world. It was boring and lame. So, and I'm not saying that you wouldn't feel like a chump paying $120 to shoot 20 rounds, but just some gun compared to the one from Red Dawn. I mean, that's got significance. That's got history. That's like driving behind the wheel of a specific car or something. You know, I can see that being more than just renting a car. In other words,
Right.
that's a good question. I didn't know it was that expensive. But how long ago did you were you looking into it? I'm curious. So Ghost is leaving without even choosing a patch. Now, if you don't put live chat over here at Top Chat, does Duck care? Duck is just always live, or is Duck top sometimes?
No, Duck don't talk.
No, I'm saying, is Duck on live or is it on top? It must be on live, I'm assuming. It must be seeing everything, not just the top. Or is it listening to whatever you chose over here? I guess it can't know. This is an instance on the site. This can't know from here.
Yeah, it's whatever you click on over there.
No, I can't know this. This is an instance that's happening on my browser. Like, there's no way that this gets reported back to YouTube to come out the API. At least that would be ridiculous. I can imagine. If it did, they should be able to trigger super chats because they see the $5. I don't think they got that kind of API going on. Waiting to hear if you can purchase ammo more besides the 20 rounds. Oh, so you haven't gone there. You've just been talking to them. Okay. And there's Woods. I don't know. Did Woods grab something today? Yeah. No, not yet. So we're going backwards over here. Tim Allen saying, how about a skull? Which skull do you think he's talking about? Oh, the cow skull?
I think that's what he meant. There's one on the next to the last page.
Well, that's definitely a
And
skull.
on the last page, yeah.
Patriot pretty much grabbed most of the skulls that I had, so I'm thinking there might not be. That's not really a skull. It's some sort of devil head or something. Oh, there's somebody who grabbed something. That's a helmet.
He said yes, the cow skull.
Oh, he's out there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Tim, right?
Yes.
And the cow skull is taken from a picture at the cowboy and, well, it's at the Law Fighter and, what's it called? The Law Fighter and, no, the Outlaw and Lawman Museum in Tulsa, in Tombstone, Arizona. So thanks, Tim, for that. And then, again, if you wanted to grab something else, welcome to. And what am I doing? I'm going to refresh this one, I guess. I can't ever tell if I should leave the. So Chris just bought something else again. So I don't know what that is. So if you wanted to grab something else, or if you're catching up, I'm not sure, but you're more than welcome to those ones that I've pulled off already. You can pick another one if you'd like. So Ghost is saying no one ever wants to hang with them. I think they had a pretty good audience considering Yankee was live while they started and they jumped right on top of the girls' chat. Liberty Doll was trying to do a chat, just a helpless, defenseless girl trying to do a chat. And they went live. Experts at their field, grown men. Let's see. Okay, couldn't help us and ordered another patch. I got to brace it. Appreciate it. The bracelets were in the van whenever I went to the 2A rally. I went to grab this little book I've got from Mil-Spec Monkey. Makes this little, looks like a trapper, except that it's got Velcro pages instead of paper. And I put patches in there. And I went to go fill it up with patches, and I had a whole bunch of brace this and a whole bunch of those little revolvers, which were basically out at the store, and that happens quite a bit. So whatever brace this is are in the store now. I mean, every once in a while I'll find them, but where I found them was like from somebody giving me a bag from SHOT Show 3 years ago, and in the pocket of it was like 6 patches. That was not something that I could bank on. That's not something that's typical. And then this time, I just happened to find them in there because like nobody had grabbed them out of there. It's like, Gary, I'll usually take that booklet thing and offer patches to people, and no one's grabbed them. So those will be the last of the. I can't anticipate any other. What do you say? Like stashes of them coming up anywhere. Let's see. So then
Tim said he also wanted the PVC Ghost Tactical patch.
okay. It's easy enough. I still had his open right here. Let's see. And then where was I over here?
Oh,
A revolver and some change. Chris got the lever action one. I got that one for him. Like the multicam badge. Cam badge. Oh, the multicam badge holder. I'm like, what the hell badge? Like, what do I got? Because Angelina makes some badge ones. Okay, so Speed was the only one asking for a badge holder. Did I miss somebody else asking for a badge holder?
I didn't see him if they did.
Go up this way. So this is the beginning of the whole thing. This first one here, that helps. Well, somebody to choose from. 22 long rifles that man in the Glock 44. Could have. Glock hasn't given me any yet. There's Lockjaw says windbreaker patch. Yep, there's windbreaker. But somebody grabbed the windbreaker one already, I think. Unless that was him. Somebody did talk about it somewhere on YouTube, I think.
Tim said, I don't know which all badge holders you are offering.
Well, so that's the next thing. So at this point, I'm going to find Speed because he's the only one that asked about it. And I got to figure out what. That's their email, I think. So I'm trying to line that up with an email somewhere.
And Jay Monty says SWAT badge holder if still available.
Oh, really? Okay. Thanks. That helps a lot because I think I just seen his. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Ah. All right, I gotta go find where Speed's at. Came on, he's easy enough. Boom. So he wanted the SWAT one. So that's from SWAT magazine. That's pretty cool. For a long time, they were I can't talk in fact. For a long time, they were the sponsors for Media Day, and for the long time when they first started Media Day up until whenever you people ruined it, it was like fancy. Like they were trying to impress us, and they fed us really good. And you'd go into the food tents, which were indoors. They'd bring tents out with walls and stuff and windows. So if it was cold out or whatever, or windy, you didn't have to worry about it. So you'd go in there and they'd have every single magazine they ever published for everybody. Everybody could take all of them home. It was great. Like whatever their current magazine selection was, it was like dozens of magazines if you wanted them. And there was so many that you wouldn't even take them all. So it was so heavy. And then that's probably from those days. And then the other one, oh, look at that. And then, thank you very much. And then the other one was Speed. And I'm trying to figure out what Speed's thing is here. Because now I keep refreshing and I don't know which one's which. So it'll take me a minute here to, I think I'm just going to close them all and open them all again. Should have just opened them all on a tab and left them open, I guess.
Well, a while back, you said I'll take the white van with the black dog.
Oops, for a the patch. I think I already got his patches in.
Oh, okay.
He is one of the people, if I remember right, I don't know. I'm going to find out here because now I'm literally just opening them all up to where I'm not going to have to peck. Right now I've been pecking for them because Gary's in here. Felt easier to just peck around for the ones. Now it's taking too long. So now I'm just going to open up every single one and then I'll be able to see which ones are which. So there's Woods. Thanks. Appreciate that. Just jumped in and grabbed something. I don't know if Wood's seen. Is Wood still out there? I stuck a little piece of rubber bacon in the last thing I sent him. It doesn't really look like bacon, though. It was like a zipper pull, I think. And I don't know where it came from. Like Joe gave me something and his daughter must have had it because it had a little piece of bacon zipper pull on it. And I was like yanking it off of there, so I thought it was a tag. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. That's supposed to be a tiny piece of bacon. But it was like yellow and red instead of, it was like rancid bacon, you know, instead of like good bacon. And I'm like, oh, that was probably, it's either old or like maybe they don't eat bacon in that country where they made this. Maybe they think that's a piece of fish or something.
Oh.
So now I'm looking for Speed's thing in here. Oh, no. See, I'm trying to talk and type and made me think I was reading something. That's interesting. You say speed and you click through 100 tabs, it almost makes you look like it almost makes you feel like you're reading speed instead of seeing what you actually see. So, damn it. How do I know when Speed's thing? Is it in your email? Because I guess I'm looking at emails and now I don't think it was one of these. I must have missed it. How am I going to identify Speed's thing, his order? Or maybe let me know what you ordered. Because now I'm not sure. That's Ozzy. Oh, so he did realize what it was. Okay. That is Kitty. I was looking to try to make this easier for this kind of stuff because I like doing this. This part is probably boring for everybody unless there was like, you know, some of the other 42 people I invited tonight jumping in to make it more lively.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to put a, what do you call it? Like a, here, I found it, finally. I found it. So thanks, Speed. And I'm putting in multicam badge holder. I tried to put like just a field where somebody could type something like some notes or something into their thing so that I could find stuff easier. But I don't know why it's making it such a, I literally couldn't find it. I tried hard too. I looked all over the place. I tried to install an app. I can get it to do stupid things that I don't need, you know, like stuff maybe for clothes or for, you know, a specific type of merchandise. Thanks. I did find it eventually here. I don't want people to have to like say what state they're in or anything like that, or their names or anything like that. So I don't mind opening them all. I just was like, I was literally pecking around like an idiot before and not just opening the things up. So at this point, I think there was 16. We might have 20 orders. The last couple of them here, people I guess were kind of adding on, but still at an average of, let's say, $20 an order. That's a couple $100, and I really do appreciate it. So there are a couple of badge holders left. I'm still screen sharing, right? So this has been sloppy, but whatever. That's part of the fun, I hope. So, you know, playing around with the tech and figuring out new ways to do this, ways not to do it, so people can be more professional with their chats. But we have this patch panels that people can choose from. And if you are out there and you've purchased something and I've missed you, don't feel bad. Chime in. I'm going to drop the link to the patch panel here in the show. Feel free to dig through there at your leisure. A couple of them are gone. I do have duplicates of some. I don't think that worked. Or if it did or not, I'm gonna drop it again. Feel free to comb through there. But then there was also some badge holders. So again, I don't know. I've been going to these things for a while. I guess I can click over here and go down to here. So this is my badge holders. I've been going to SHOT and stuff since 2005. And as soon as I started going to SHOT Show, I was like, well, I'm going to go to other shows. If I can already go to the biggest one, I can go to other ones, certainly, right? So as I started going to shows, at first I pretty much figured out I wanted a good badge holder pretty quick. But so if it was a couple of years where I didn't grab any other badge holders except for my good one, I didn't bother to pick any up. But then I'm a collector. So at some point, I just had a bunch of badge holders. They just accumulated, and then I started grabbing more. So I don't go out of my way, and I usually don't even grab them. It's just that sometimes you don't throw them away, or like they give you a bag of other stuff, and there's a badge holder in there, and you didn't realize. Sometimes you're just walking down an aisle, and they thrust it towards you, and it's more polite to grab it than brush out of the way or whatever. But whatever. So this is the ones I've collected. I wear that last one there. A couple of the others are decent. And at this point, I just talk about it because you can look like an idiot, I think. If you walk up to somebody with one of the first ones, this kind of in order of decent, like this is the kind of stuff they just give you with the badge usually, right? This kind of stuff, like any convention you go to, you're going to get that little disposable plastic thing. And if you just walk up, especially at something like SHOT Show, that's like the industry event, where people get together each year, and you walk up with a temporary badge holder, you're either Gadsden Glock and you don't give a F, like you don't give a shit because you're Gadsden Glock, or you don't give a shit, like you just don't even care. And that just, I think, says a lot. So some of these are garbage as well. Some of them are interesting. A lot of them are just made in China. You can see even that a lot of them are this black Tyvek material and simple design, but they can be useful. And sometimes it's useful to or advantageous to wear a brand's badge holder up to them, even if it's a cheap one, just because it you're showing that you're supporting them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But most of these cheap ones, they're designed to be marketing, where the nicer ones are going to have a piece of Velcro and let you personalize it. And that's all I let do these videos, just so people realize that it's just like anything, you're making a first impression. I'm certainly not one to make a great first impression, but so many people walk around looking like a doofus with a stupid badge holder when you don't need to, because there's lots of options. If you ever want to get more nerdy about badge holders, let's talk. I've been going to shows for a long time, so it just happens, and you get a lot of badges. So that's all the SHOT shows. Oops. That's all the SHOT shows and Gun Rights Policy Conference and a couple of NRAs. And then every once in a while you get a show that has a smaller badge like this that's still working a badge holder. And then just putting in a badge holder, especially for like Tulsa. I don't know if Gary, if you've ever put in a badge holder, but even putting like a press pass from like Tulsa into a badge holder, people just, it's sort of the presentation of it. Like people go, oh, he must be official. He went to all the trouble of bringing that thing around his neck here,
Yeah, I finally bought one this last summer, so I had one for fall at Wanamaker, and it's handy to have too because you can carry a lot of stuff in them if you get the right one.
Well, and I guess I didn't really get into that, but yeah, exactly. Like even though they're simple, even the junky ones can really be useful. Like they can help you out a lot. Carrying a pen or two extra is nice. Having the window thing for your own badge, but then pockets behind it to either stow backups of your business card or a place to stow business cards that you get. It's pretty neat.
Right, because you're going to collect a bunch of them too, and you don't want to lose track of them.
All right, so the Geisley one with the multicam has been claimed. The SWAT magazine one has been claimed, but the others are up for grabs. And there's been multiple people, and at this point, some people have purchased multiple things. And again, thank you. But if you want one, just throw it out there. Hopefully everybody doesn't get butthurt about it. They're just badge holders. They're all free. But I'll just go through them. So the Safariland is the holster company, and it's new in the wrapper or whatever. And I think both of the ones I have, I've never taken out. I'm pretty sure those came from Florida when we went to the media day at the range at Florida. It's a police range, and it was very police centric back then. That was 2007, and for whatever reason, it was a real police focused event. And I'm pretty sure Safariland gave us those, and we already had whatever badges we were using. I think I was using a Stag Arms one back there, and I thought it was really cool. So I didn't use it, and Greg didn't use his. And I don't know, Joe probably kept his, but we have two of them still in the wrapper. I kept one. There's one right there. The SWAT one was already grabbed. This is the NRA media. So this is probably from NRA show 2010, I believe, which is when we would have got that. And that's probably Angie's. So it's a girl's badge holder. And then this one is, I think it would have said Mossy Oak on it. And I forgot, somebody had to wear it somewhere and cut the Mossy Oak tab off of it because they didn't like it. But it was somewhere where they gave us a small badge. And it's basically a piece of fabric with like an edge. So it's shitty, super shitty actually, but in a way that's interesting if you have a badge holder collection, because they put like almost no effort into it and they put their name all over it. Sometimes when the people are going to put no effort into something, they don't make a big point of saying their name all over it, you know? So this one was an interesting one. So it's nothing fancy. It's just an interesting one. Then last is two of these Nissan things, which are really water. What do you call those things? Lock sacks? Not really lock sacks. What do they call those things when you go in a canoe? A dry sack. They're like dry sacks. They're clear plastic, heavy, and much, much heavier than like a Ziploc or something. And the top basically rolls up a few times, and then this thing kind of clamps with Velcro, I think. So, I mean, it's literally like something you could use in a survival situation to stay afloat. You could fill it with water and close it, and it would stay afloat for a while. Or put some documents in it and lock it up, and they would never get wet, like never. And you could read them through there. So that's why I grabbed a couple. These are from SHOT Show a couple years in a row. Nissan sponsored the SHOT Show media room. And they were jerks. They'd come up there and be like, "Hey, we're sponsoring the media room." Okay, great. We're media. Can we get can we get any participation from Nissan with anything we do? No. Here's a badge holder though. It's like, all right, I'll take a badge holder then. So they're not really good badge holders, but they're really good, you know, maybe for like a duck hunting permit or like fishing, you know, something where you'd be around water and you'd need to have like a permit stay waterproof where you could read it from both sides. So I grabbed a couple. I mean, I grabbed as many as they'd let me, honestly. And then I've kept a couple, and then a couple will go out. Like I say, not a great badge holder unless you're looking for the strangest badge holder in your collection, but a good waterproof bag. Hey, Budget is in here. Is he done corking or is he double corking me? Is this where like with one window, he's corking me? And then like, just like two cars driving down the highway, he's also reaching over and in my chat. Is he chat battle? Is this an invitation to chat battle? Is that what's happening? I don't know if I can do it. It's just me and Gary in here. It's an unfair chat battle.
If there's room,
we got him surrounded, Gary, right where we want him.
yep.
Okay, they're done. So yeah, you feel free to grab something if you want. Anybody else who wants one of these things? I think Tim said he wanted the Safariland one. I have to go over here to grab text though.
He says he's done quarking. Okay.
He's embarrassed now.
Yeah.
We called out on it. We're over here being tired and having the solo chat. It was the worst kind of chatting.
Yep. I've told people, I said, if I ever have to do foul territory by myself, I'm shutting her down. So nobody wants to hear me talk for 2 hours.
So, Tim, I did get you the Safariland one. Thank you. Did New York grab anything? Roll call. Did Roll Call grab anything? He needs a dry sack, he says.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Said he longs for a dry sack. All right, so we do have, I guess, a couple of goofy
Two Gun Kitty wants to know if 511's available for the holder.
511. That one, no, there was no 511. That one is one of the 511s that I showed in that one video is in my collection or whatever.
And Woods wants a dry sack.
But Grim 90 is saying the FU Media. Oh, near this, the red, white, and blue one, yeah. Near the smiley area, Wolverine patch, and a Nissan. Maybe is he saying he already has a Nissan? Or he's saying he already has a thing and they would like one.
Already have a Wolverine patch and Nissan holder. I'm not sure. Sounds
He
like
might have the Nissan from Gunrights Polish, some other event that he's into. But let me go double check. He's talking about a PVC FU next to the smiley face. Thanks. There we go. That's a PVC one. Okay.
Hey, on that first page, G,
Uh-huh.
that gun channels patch up in the corner, that orange one, is that taken?
Oh, I think I just took those right now.
I'd take that for mine if it's available.
Yeah, it's still here. You want that one?
Yeah.
Snap. Somebody else is grabbing something. I would say, quit it, because it's getting confusing. But I'm willing to accept this challenge. You keep making it more confusing. Stay in business. So let's get the orange gun channels one on here. All right. So
Budget
So-
says surprise me with something cool.
so let me throw a Nissan one into rims. Sorry, what'd you just say?
I said budget said surprise me with something cool.
Oh, okay. Ice Cube. Ice cubes from Arizona. That's always a good idea.
Yeah.
The good news is most of it dries out before it even leaves the state. So you don't, it's not like moldy or nothing by the time you get it.
Yeah. No mold.
All right. So I'm just going to make sure I'm going to actually put surprise me in there just so I don't forget. Because this actually, I don't know, give me some feedback. Hopefully this isn't too crazy. I think most of the time when we do these, there's other people in here besides just Gary. Even though I send out emails to like 42 people, I won't embarrass them by showing the list of people that are blind copied on that email. But when there's people in here, I think it goes a little bit smoother. But
Right.
give me some feedback because it actually works out much better for me. I try to send people a free patch that they haven't got before, and it actually takes a while. If somebody's ordered like 3 times, then I have to open up 3 different orders and hope that I left notes. Like right now, I'm leaving notes. Like Budget just said, surprise me. So I'm going to go in here and I'll write surprise me on his, and then I'll also make another note whenever I actually send him something with what I sent him, right? So now if he ever orders again, I send him something, I'll have left a note to myself what I've already sent him, right? And I can look at his orders and have some idea, so I'm not sending somebody a third version of the same patch, right?
Right.
So when I do it like this, where you pick your own, it makes it way better for me because I can immediately put in here, I pull it off the board, I set it over here, and for the most part, everybody gets what they want, I hope. And like I say, it makes it so much easier for on this end to make sure you're not getting, the 15th chairs against the wall or something you might not want. So I hope people dig this, and I'll try to, I don't know, keep saying I'll do this earlier in the day or something, but we'll get this down to where it's without the bonus mold. I don't know. We don't really have mold in Arizona. That's the thing. It dries out so quick here. Back in the day, I thought about taking tumbleweeds and putting them in a box. Somebody had done that back in the early days of the internet. Put tumbleweeds in a box, and then people would buy them off of them. And that's basically free, right? You're just finding them and finding one that looks round, putting it in a box, and then waiting for somebody to buy it.
They've got little ones and they got big ones.
All right. Well, so we've spent a lot of the night here digging into this, and like I say, I don't know, Patriots saying it's always fun to surprise them, I guess. And let's see, pick badge holder you'd like. Do I get 1 or 2 patches? So basically, every order gets a free patch, and then orders over 25 get another free patch. Orders over 50 would be another one, and so forth. So, yeah, if somebody's ordered, $49 worth of stuff, feel free to say how many free patches you want. I'm not sitting here with a spreadsheet, even though Gary would urge me to do so. My goal here is to bring in income for the store. The patches are obviously not the price of a commodity, right? I charge more for the patches than they're worth because we're raising funds for the projects. So anyway, because of that, there's plenty. So when somebody buys something that's $12, I can give away a couple of patches with that. So if you guys would like something free, like I said, it helps me out to know that you're getting what you are interested in. Woods is sending me his email. I don't know why. Do I know why?
Chris Fulmer said he wants the over-under shotgun patch.
Okay. Well, that's too many. I'm taking back everything I just said. I'm not giving out Clover's patches.
And Two-Gun Kitty just ordered another 25. Can I get the lever action rifle, not a FUD patch?
That's okay. So that lever action is mine. The over under shotgun is the not a FUD, and I have to double check because I only have a certain amount of those.
And Jay Monty wants to know if the U.S. mail patch is still available.
The big ass. There's this big ass one, or maybe I'm confusing it with there's this one here, and then there's this one, and then there might still be another one that you can't really see so good on this picture. All right, so where was I at? So Chris, all-rounder shotgun. So that is Clover's FUD one. Okay, so there's no more of those. Well, no, there's one more of those, excuse me. But then, so the lever action is mine, and there's one of those over there. There's a couple of those over there. And then there's just the one more of Clover's over and under shotgun.
Those lever action ones are really cool patches, too. I got one. Nice details and everything in them.
You said first, so I don't know what that means. So there's the snail one. There's the actual U.S. This is an actual U.S. mail one that I got at a gun show in Las Vegas. It's just that the mail part's fucked up. It says U.S. and the M's all screwed up. So I tried to. Actually, I didn't do anything. That's just how screwed up it was. All I did is put this shitty black border around it because it was sort of like they had this. There must have been like a big sheet of patches, and this one was screwed up, so they had like cut them or whatever, and never finished making this one. So it was just like cast aside, and then somebody sold them at a gun show. But since the van comes from the post office, I buy whatever post office stuff I can find cheap. Trucker saying this is okay. I wish I could have put in an order. Yeah, no problem. Hopefully it's interesting for the people that didn't put in an order. And then, let's see, I'm going to give Trucker, if you want something, let me know. I can send out a patch to you or just give me some feedback. Catnip is saying Yankee, not a FUD. Not Clovers. Oh, you're saying Yankees, not a FUD. So that would be.
Let's see. There's one on page 4.
brown one, I think. You just grabbed one of Matt's patches, I believe. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's Patriot's crazy. He's gone nuts. He's fallen down. So somebody in Detroit might want to go over and help him out because he's fallen over and hit his head on something. He's in the wrong shaft. So then, as Monty said, the actual, I think he's saying the actual, what do you call it?
The Yankee Not a Fud patch. There. The black and tan one, I believe, like I have.
So then this mail one, the U.S. mail one, it's messed up and it's got that shitty border on it. It's also got Angelina's Velcro on the back because I had to make it into a patch. It was just a piece of fabric. So that goes to Jane Monty. So there's a bit of what do you call, kind of behind the scenes here, but that's what Gary's here for, all the interludes.
All the interludes. Let's see. Woods wants to know, are the dry sacks gone?
No, I can get him a dry sack if he wants a dry sack. I thought he was kidding, so I'll throw it in right here. But I think there was only the two, so I think two people got it, right? Graham and Woods. And then that was Monty. And then, of course, also, if somebody's out there and didn't want, and I missed something, or you just want to clarify or whatever, everybody knows the emails. Feel free to email me, and don't email me unnecessarily if you're positive or you're pretty sure I got it. But if it's like we haven't even mentioned yours, or if I've overlooked it somehow, I do have however many 20 tabs open now, probably 16 to 20 tabs open. If I'm missing something, it's not intentionally, so feel free to email me. But I'm also not soliciting emails to double check everyone because that would just take forever. Most of these will get sent out tomorrow, though. And yeah, thanks everyone again very much for participating and stuff like this. Hopefully going into 20, we'll figure out ways that, it's learning from this. My goal isn't to have a store that sells trinkets. My goal is to further our Second Amendment stuff and see people like Gary and Clover and even Star, I don't know if she's out there, Star Snoop Dogg or Patriot or others, have a chance to participate, at whatever level they can, like they have time for. And a lot of times the financial side of it, you either have to be jumping in to be a business or be willing to be a business. And I don't know. I don't think it needs to be that way. We could certainly create other strategies. So if, like right now, I'm fulfilling, I didn't start out to be a fulfillment person. I've fulfilled some things for Yankee. I fulfilled our own stuff like the 2A patch batch and some of our own projects, stuff like the cards. And you become an expert in printing stuff. Angelina ends up sending a bunch of stuff too, but I think I mentioned Beacon Group earlier. There's ways to use other people out there that know how to do this stuff. And even if there's got to be ways we combine efforts and combine resources and learn from mistakes and grow this thing and work with some intent and get other people out here who, we see things like the 2A rally happening. We see things like Kevin KD's event, the DC project with the ladies that go to DC. I'd like to see what the world would be like when there's like 3 times the amount of people with the ability, the resources to do that kind of stuff, and it wouldn't be real difficult with the amount of money that is out in this country, out in the world. Yep. Well, Well, it's just at this point, it's not. You're saying it's flat out quick. I can ship. You're cheating because you're like the first post office over. I think I was telling Night Strike about this. They've closed all the Tucson post office. Really, we have post office, but all they do is put stuff on a truck and send it to Phoenix. All the sorting facilities and all the real post office work gets done in Phoenix. So Tucson is basically just an accessory to, like, it's a couple of zip codes added on to Phoenix now. So, by the time it leaves Phoenix, you're pretty much the first stop going to Albuquerque, right? So you got a skull. You mean a cow skull? Is that what Grandma's saying?
It's about, well,
It must be.
I was gonna say there weren't any others, but there is. There's that one skull with the crossed rifles behind it. Can't really tell what it says.
This
Oh, it says the Haas USMC up above it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is a skull. But yeah, that's Haas's skull.
Regular skull, he says. Okay.
I think
That helps.
I think he means the cow skull.
Those are neat. They're all neat.
And then, this has been super cool because I've got the computer to work on. I've been working on After Effects. I can show you something here since I got the screen shared. I didn't like it. I don't know. You have to work on stuff and play with the program, I think, before you can figure out that you had a bad idea and it's stupid sometimes. So that's what this is. How am I going to open it? What's it called? I think it's in here. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't create it. I thought I did. Let me see if I shoved it somewhere else, maybe. Where else would I put it? No, I guess I didn't. So anyway, I've been playing with the After Effects, which is where you can cram all kinds of fun stuff into video. Sort of like using Photoshop on top of video.
Now you're in trouble.
What's that?
Patriot's out there. He said, "You mean you still have skulls that I don't have? I think this is rigged."
It's just cow skulls that these must have the cow skull by now.
There's Ozzy out there finally. You mentioned his name earlier.
That's not a video. Well, I guess I got this thing. That's an indication of what I did that in After Effects or whatever, but that's not what I was looking for. What does this open up into? I don't think I can even show this one because I don't understand the what are they called? What do you call licenses or whatever? Like, I don't know how do you get this thing to repeat? But these are templates, I guess you could say. These are things where you download a deal and then you just kind of replace out the files to see how they work. But I don't think I'm even allowed to use that one. Oh, here we go. I called it a stupid ass name. So this is one that I was playing with on After Effects. Actually, I did this one in another in regular Adobe Premiere after watching After Effects for a while, trying to emulate some of the After Effects shit. Anyway, I don't like this. Spent way too long making it. It's way too long too, and it's shitty. So that's what happens when you spend like hours to make 14 seconds of garbage. And then when you're all done, it's embarrassing. And like, what the hell did I waste? Like basically 2 evenings wasting my time on that. So that kind of shit gets frustrating and difficult. And that's, I think, where a lot of people end up shit canning this whole concept, because you can't win when you're making garbage like that. So this is the support tonight. The purchases over at the store today are what make that kind of time possible, so that I can waste my time making crap, so that hopefully there's some good stuff occasionally that comes out of it. I was also able to download some other software tonight, which during Gary's show, onto this new machine. And you can see this whole time I've been screen sharing one monitor. Both of these screens are on one monitor. That's how big it is. And I can't even wait. I didn't want to spoil it by using the software in here during this show. Plus, I knew I was going to be multitasking with the giveaway free stuff tonight. But I do want to say thanks. We do appreciate the time, which is really the ultimate resource any of us have to spend on projects like this. And hopefully we'll not just doing it to entertain each other, but doing it to further the goals that we all have, that we all share. So thanks again. And if I'm missing people, at some point I just have to draw a line, right? We've been doing this for an hour and a half or so. We can chat a little bit if we need to. Otherwise, I encourage anybody to leave comments in the chat as we're chatting here. If I missed something, or if you're not sure I'm clear on what you wanted for your free patches, or email me. With that, I think I'm going to quit screen sharing, just so that it's one less layer of stuff I got to worry about over here, because I have one screen open with everybody's information, and I really don't want to accidentally forget what I'm doing and pull everybody's data over in front of the screen. Yep, thank you guys. And let's see. With the order I did tonight, I will now have the Firearms Inventor cards, the Old West cards, and the AK cards. Very cool.
Cards are always cool.
I've been working on something with the robot, and thanks to Russ, thanks to Angelina, thanks to Dead Horse, I'm trying to think of anybody else who chats with us that I can thank for help with the robot. This is the time of year when I'd like to get out there working at the damn thing, because it's a good, temperature-wise, good time to be out there. But with the end of the year and stuff, I've also been trying to get the almanac, spending some time each day on the almanac, because that's just sort of makes sense to try to do that at the beginning of the year, right? Also, a couple of things I'd like to try to get done before SHOT Show. Those are getting wrapped up. So anyway, I'll eventually get back out there with the robot. And I just bought some wood, in fact, on a credit card. And the purchases today will help me kick into that credit card. I got a Home Depot credit card, so I was over there buying something else and decided to buy some wood in case I can sneak out and use the robot one of these days. But I've been doing some projects on the robot that have to do with the cards. So at some point I'll be able to allude or do more than just allude to that. I doubt it'll be before SHOT Show, but you never know. But again, thanks to everybody for giving me the time to be able to put into this, because that's what it's all about. I'm not buying any guns. I'm not, well, I travel, I guess I should, I was going to say I don't go on vacations or nothing, but I do travel. But the whole goal here is to be able to do some stuff with the content that we collect when we're traveling. And appreciate Gary for jumping in, being part of this. Thanks for helping out and keeping this show alive at the SHOT Show. Angelina went last year for us when all the co-hosts couldn't go, and Bob went the year before that, and Gary is keeping Daily Gun Show at SHOT Show, and that's cool, because if there's no human being to go, it's tougher for us to keep the Daily Gun Show presence there. And it's not necessary or vital or anything, but I appreciate it. Like I say, you're more than welcome to represent the show at any level you want. You're not obligated at all, but appreciate you jumping in with me here. You're not obligated, but always glad when you're here.
You betcha.
Be careful. You be worried about your what do you call them? Your table saw over there, dude. I don't like table saws ever. I've just seen too many people have thumbs and stuff ripped off from table saws when they bite, when they jump back. And I do not like working on table saws that have all the anti-kick garbage on them because I'm also too old school to want to do that. So I bought some rubber, what the fuck are they called? The little rubbery things that go around your pulleys for my grandpa's bandsaw, which I haven't been able to use in years because the little rubbery things that go around the pulleys, are they called boots? No, I forget what they call them. Socks? There's some name for these things that go around the pulleys. And they just allowed the bandsaw blade to go around the pulleys or whatever. They had dry rotted off because it's Arizona. And I couldn't use this bandsaw. I can't wait to, again, get out there in the shop and get the bandsaw blade. Hopefully the blade's still good. Run the bandsaw because I'll whittle on a bandsaw all day before I touch a table saw. Just don't, it's too much. If I'm cutting a 2x4 or something, maybe. I like the delicacy, the surgical precision of my bandsaw. Now, I would think Patriot could get something like, they make bandsaws that have like lasers and stuff where if you get too close, it just shuts off, has a break. And if you could do something like that, have some sort of air blowing near the blade. I think I've seen stuff like that so you can feel where the blade area is or whatever. Be a whole other discussion, I suppose. And it's Tim's 54th birthday. Right on. So I guess you're off the hook having to buy a 45 this year. And it's AOW if you have to buy anything after 54, but that seems like there could be something there. I guess in 3 years, he's got to buy a Chevy. Chris, appreciate that. Talking about Patreon, and that's my goal too, is to get more people aware of not just Patreon. I like Patreon because it's available to us and it's a big platform. But some of the largest gun channels, some of the largest Second Amendment, I'm going to call them gun channels that deal with firearms that were on Patreon. We're not the largest on Patreon or anything, but they were in the top 50. They all booked off of Patreon for whatever individual reasons, and that's a shame. The platform that Patreon is, the community that it creates, I think is valuable and a worthwhile platform for sure. But I'd like it also, as much as I like the platform itself, I like the idea that Patreon could be a blueprint for a GunTube or GunStreamer or some other Pro 2A platform to emulate and create something ideally that our industry, the people that are spending way too much money to be neglected by the big media distributors out there, let our industry provide something like a Patreon platform for people that are doing Pro 2A content so that our flavor can be as diverse and inclusive as possible so that the industry can get the most effective use out of its money and so that we can stand alone independent of the other platforms and lead the way for other industries, other communities out there to realize that you don't need to be dependent on a multinational conglomerate that cares more about tracking what you do and purchase than they do about the social consequences of their, the stuff that they neglect on their platforms. So that'd be better for everybody if everybody was off, if instead of having just one big Facebook that sucks at everything, have a whole bunch of smaller things that aren't perfect, but allow individual communities to collect or communicate and interact at a much more useful, intimate level. One-to-one level. All right, well, everybody's saying happy birthday to Tim. Tim's a regular out there. Thanks for being part.
Ozzy's birthday is on Sunday also. So he'll be 59 on Sunday. So happy birthday to you too.
I think my trying to figure out who he is, nephew, I guess. I don't know him because he's way back east and I don't see these kids that often, but I know they exist, right? Mm-hmm. Sister's kids, so nephews, right? And I believe the deal is that his birthday is Christmas Eve. So I believe that is bullshit, and that if that's the case, you move Christmas to July and you let the kid have his birthday on Christmas Eve. You can have Christmas also, but the kid's birthday is Christmas Eve, and then that kid gets an additional Christmas to have Christmas, not for the religious part, but for the gift part of Christmas. in July for themselves because they get screwed out of a birthday and they shouldn't have to move their birthday. So I say let them do both on their birthday, but also just their birthday, and then a special Christmas for them, a separate Christmas. What do you guys? What do you say? You know anybody that's had that situation?
I know several. That's not a
That'd be
bad
good.
idea because everyone I know that's born close to Christmas, they resent it because they say they only get one gift instead of two.
They get screwed, super screwed. Nobody cares. Nobody wants. They don't get a birthday party, so they don't even know what it's like. Because birthday parties are as much for everybody else as you, right? You get to create a party that everybody gets out of nowhere. Like, hey, look how great I am because now you're having a party on a Wednesday, out of nowhere. When your birthday's around now, I feel for anybody that's between Thanksgiving and Christmas, really. I mean, right after Christmas, then it's like, oh, bonus extra party? Heck, you got the best birthday ever. Like, everybody likes birthdays right after Christmas.
Yeah, I only have to wait a month after Christmas for mine. So that time everybody's sick of it and got everything packed away, then they can get ready for my birthday. So
Now he's saying he's looking for one big present. I guess if you can get one giant present that's worth a birthday present and a Christmas present, that could be interesting. And then potentially get a cake in July or something anyway, also. But I could understand seeing a birthday and Christmas present combined. I've never experienced anything like that before. I've begged for that before, but that never comes true. Like, oh no, don't just blow off my Christmas present and let me go together. When you want like a car or a bike or something when you're little.
mm-hmm.
But they never would do that for me. See, Grim was yesterday, only got one gift. He's a kid, so that's messed up. That's the practical thing to do. Like, well, shouldn't have had me then. You could have thought about losing the birth certificate. I can't remember what it said. I think it said July was my birthday. Pretty sure it said July.
They probably just took one of his gifts out from under the tree and said, "Here, this is your birthday gift."
That's the other thing is you're not going to get anywhere near as many. You're not just going to get one. You're going to get shafted out of a birthday party, but you're going to get shafted out of the number of presents. You might get 2 or 3 presents in the middle of the year, but at Christmas time, everybody's broke. They're already buying stuff for you. Like, I'm not going to buy you 3 Christmas presents and 3 birthday presents, right?
Should.
Unless it's like the 6 Star Wars figures or something like that.
Yeah.
Get a gun for birthday, ammo, and a holster for Christmas. See, that kind of stuff, I guess. It's not completely unusual. People must be able to deal with it. I still feel for them, though. I think my one grandma was on New Year's Eve. Or not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. I know my one grandma was on Christmas Eve. And, but, being a grandma, she never really complained about it. But I'll bet you when she was a little kid, that was annoying.
Yeah, when you get a little bit older and your kids are grown and you don't have anybody to buy for so much, and that's when you start buying for your own Christmas presents. And you go out shopping on Black Friday and it's like, okay, what do I want for Christmas? Here, well, I'm gonna buy myself this and this. Yay me.
Oh, really? I've never actually bought myself anything for any kind of holiday or whatever.
Well, I don't call them that, but that's basically what it amounts to, because I know my kids don't have the kind of money to buy me expensive gifts, and I don't expect them to. In fact, I told them not to buy me anything. Just have me over and let's enjoy the holidays together and eat and go do things. I don't.
Yeah, you're not accumulating things on their dime. You're
No.
enjoying the time of year and the celebration of another year and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Now, if they go to all the trouble like they did last year, they ordered me this hat that I wear that's got my Gizzard Gary logo on it. Well, that was a very thoughtful present and something that I really love. So that's the kind of thing you got to think of, things that people won't buy themselves and stuff like that. May be surprising.
Yeah. See, I'm a dick though, so I want stuff that's practical, and then I'm never like, well, okay, whatever. You wasted your money. You could have bought something. Like, you didn't have to buy this or whatever. So then for I'm not even like, it would be like a joke if there was some way to go back and play it. But I got a Dremel for like 5 years, and for 2 years or maybe even like three gifts in a row, I got the same Dremel, like the same Roby one. So I kept getting this fucking Dremel over and over, and I thought it was some sort of weird like running joke or whatever. But it was just because people are buying presents for how many people, and this is like what you get an adult male. You know, like that was the fill in the blank one. Nobody kept track of like, how often the same person gets the same thing, I guess. So
Well, at least you didn't have a mother that sold Avon. When the whole family was over at her house and she'd hand out Christmas presents, one of the guys would open up their gift and it would be this certain clone. You could bet every guy in the room was getting the same one. So you hoped you were the first one to open your gift or you wasn't going to be surprised because she'd get the same one for everybody.
oh, I know that concept though, where like the person who exactly like this is what everybody gets, and it's soap or whatever, a candle and something, and yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It can be awkward when there's more than one person at the same time. But I don't know. I guess it depends on the family too. When you're older, you don't all do that stuff, the presents in front of everybody and all that, unless there's little kids around. At least my family, it wasn't unless there was little kids around.
My mom insisted that each person open one gift at a time. She would not allow everybody to just dig into their presents. We'd have to go by order and each person open so everybody else can see what you got. It's like it takes 3 hours to open all the gifts when you do it that way. Everybody's tired of it by the time it's over. They're ready to go to bed. Nobody gets to play with their stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like let the kids do that so everybody sees, and then just let people go.
Now, if I had my own kids, it's like, okay, you can open them all at once. I don't care. I'm not going to make you suffer through what I had to suffer through. My house, my rules.
Well, with that being said, I don't know if we're losing people or not. We still got 25 people. It is pretty late, but it is a Friday, so you never know. Back in the olden days, Fridays we're jumping. We continue to do the shows in the evenings here, one form or another, just so that we can try to keep some evening conversations going. I personally have had overnight shifts quite a bit. I enjoy them, and like to make things available to people that are awake at night. And so much of the stuff is focused on the daytime stuff. But we aren't going to force anything either. So unless Gary's got something else, I am going to wrap it up. I've been live for a while now and up all the different shows. I really do appreciate everything. Most everything will go out tomorrow. And let's see, we'll do more than likely, we'll try to do or planning to do the 2A workshop. Somebody purchased one of the cartoons, and I'll be drawing that. It's an opportunity to play with the software here on the new machine. I haven't really drawn on it yet with this new mouse. Actually, a much cheaper, should be more precise mouse than the last one I had. And it's not, the last mouse I had a bunch of weird shape to it. This one's back to being a normal shape. So I don't think I've even drawn anything with this one yet. So that'll be after Rick's Life as I See It. That's tomorrow. I don't think anyone's on in the morning. Sometimes Black Cat goes on in the morning. Somebody else might go on an impromptu, kind of filling in for where Travis had his Caliber Corner on Saturdays for a while there. Anyway, Rick will be on with Life as I See It, and then we'll do that. And that sounds like a bunch of people are doing their Saturday night shows after that.
It'll be good.
Pick you up later.
See ya.